about why it's so important to know that your parents love you. So, for me, it truly helped me to know that my parents do love me, and everything that has happened was unconsciously and not by purpose. So, when we are children, we project everything that our parents are doing to us as I am bad and I deserve this, and they doing this to me because I am not good enough. I am not loving enough. I need to do more in order for them not doing that to me. And we create a lot of stories around why they do this to us and why we are wrong and why there's something bad about us and why there is some kind of fault within ourselves. And if we can change this, then they will stop doing whatever they're doing to us. And parents is just an example. It could be other people who did something to us, or it could be our first caregivers. So in some cases, this is not our parents, this might be our grandparents, it might be in some kind of home for kids where you lived. But our primary caregivers in our childhood, they did whatever how they treated us because of who they are, not because of who I was. And as adults, we can constantly understand and comprehend that. But as children, everything other people do to us, we project on ourselves. If one person is always criticizing us, we think there's something wrong with me. That's why they're always criticizing us. And when we grow up and we become older, we might see, hey, this is a person who is very bitter, who has a very bitter heart, who has experienced a lot of trauma, who maybe had parents and grandparents who were very mean to them, who were criticizing them as well all the time, and who got bullied in school, and all things happened to them. And because of all of that, they become a bitter person, a person who criticizes and puts people down. And because of that, they treat me the way they did. It is not because we are wrong, because we're not good enough, and when we do more and we perform better, then they will stop. This was always my thinking. When I am better, then they will treat me different. When I just change and I become more beautiful, more just better in everything that I'm doing, and I'm basically perfect, then they will treat me better. They will show me more love. And when we have this still in our hearts, even when we are now adults, this becomes so deconstructive and so against ourselves. This is where perfectionism not always comes from, but often comes from. So, what is the source of our perfectionism? For me, my source was, hey, when I'm perfect, then I think I'm gonna be safe. Nobody can attack me, nobody can criticize me, nobody can hurt me because I did everything right. So there must be no reason, right? I also thought that's what I was thinking. When I'm perfect, when I do everything right, nobody can criticize me, I'm being safe, my survival is being saved. So what I was not understanding is, even though I did all the things right now, I'm still being criticized. I'm still being hurt. I might still be abused. And as a child, I thought working more makes a difference. Working more is just a solution. I might be just not good enough yet. So I make myself work so much. And I remember thinking when I was like maybe in 8th or 9th grade, I had a crush on someone who did not love me. And I thought, when I achieve this, when I do this, then they will love me. And then they will see how great I am. And there the performance for love just started. And when we hear this, we will think, no, I don't believe that. But there are so many unconscious patterns that we have been part of in our childhood and that we have learned and strategies to get what we need. And they're not working, but we're programmed to do them, so we're doing them. And just seeing that how a person treats you, how a person treats me, is more a reflection of them than a reflection of myself. And this is, even as an adult, it's not always easy to just see that. Because if somebody is constantly like criticizing you or being mean to you or not treating you well, you might just think, yeah, then I just become better and they will do better to me, towards me, treat me better. But when we realize that this person might just be unable to treat people better than that, they're not programmed. They literally do not have the neural pathways that give them the ability and the access to a higher level of consciousness in order to treat people with more respect, to treat people with more love. They're literally physically not able yet. They can rewire their brain. They can change their beliefs. They can let God do the work on their hearts. But literally right now, in this moment in time, these kind of people are not capable of doing better, of treating you better, of showing you the love that you wanted. And detaching that from, hey, I am not good enough, and if I do more, they treat me better, to, hey, I'm good enough, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, and there are people right out there who treat me amazing. For the person I am right now, they will love me, they will treat me like a queen, they would just like treat me good and with respect and with love and honor me and honor my body and just honor the way I am. So I realized that myself on days where I feel very good, or not on days, in moments where I'm super happy and I'm full of joy and excitement and I feel so loved, I might see a friend or a person and I'd be like, so I will compliment them more, I will hug them more, I just show them more love because I am just in such a state of overflow and excitement and I just want to share that. And then there might be a moment where I'm really annoyed and a person might just walk by and I'm not gonna treat them with the same kind of love and excitement that I just treated the other person 20 minutes ago, where I did feel just so much better. So the way I treat people is also dependent on my own abilities to be a good friend, to be a good wife, to be a good mother. So when we are children, we think our parents are like kind of like goddess. We think they're kind of like God level, and we think they know everything. I remember even in my teenage years when like my therapist and like people I talked to and who helped me to just see the things that are happening and that happened from another viewpoint. They were like, they're doing the best, but maybe this is the best all they can do with their current level of emotional abilities, emotional intelligence. And I was like, what? Why can't you do better? Why can't I do that better? I just didn't understand, because my parents were me and all the adults, I was like, they need to know everything, right? They're adults, like they have all this shit together. They just know everything. They kind of like God level. So I was so confused. I was like, no, they just don't want to do better. And this is what we think as kids. As kids, we're expecting our parents to be perfect because we literally think that they can do everything. And growing up and now being an adult and just seeing myself and being like, I thought when I'm like an adult, like I know everything, and just being at the state right now and be like, wow, I just didn't know how much I did not know, and just realizing that for kids now who are like 4 or 5, they see me as an adult. They think I'm so old now. I'm like I'm just like an adult for them. And they might think I'm perfect. and I know everything. And they might be so shocked if I don't. But realizing, hey, yeah, our parents didn't know everything. And for me, really, I have to admit, every time I see people just getting like kids and being pregnant, I'm like, these are just normal human beings who have their own topics and things to deal with, who just get children. For me, that's still so mind blowing that just normal people can get children. I thought parents are like goddess level, really. Please write in the comments if you had the same experience growing up, because I thought all authorities, they know it all. And just realizing, oh, even the policemen, even the politics, even my teachers, they're just normal human beings. And if I want to, I can get the same position right now. Like, become a policeman or policewoman or a teacher. And this is, yeah. And with this kind of consciousness, we can give our parents and authorities who have hurt us in the past the grace of saying, hey, they didn't know better. And it really hurt me. And it was really bad for me at the time. But I just see they did the best they could. And I would want the same grace for me now, as I am an adult and I do not do things perfect. And I might do things that even hurt my children in the future, or hurt my nieces or nephews, or just, actually I do need a man for that who has siblings, because I'm an only child. So in order to have nieces and nephews, but or any child, and just realize, hey, I would never want to hurt any child, but I might just do that on not on purpose. And just giving our parents, grandparents, and teachers and all kind of authorities the grace that they literally always wanted the best for us, and they always did the best that they could at the time, and the best that were in their abilities. And that's why I'm even more motivated to learn relationship skills, to learn how to take care of kids, to learn how to be emotionally intelligent, to work on the things and do my inner work. Because otherwise, everything I'm doing, I'm projecting on other people. And the more healed I am, the more I heal people just with my presence alone. And the more trauma I still have within myself without even wanting it, just by being in my present, and just like by getting triggered, and I will just trauma them other people, and I would just traumatize other people. So hurt people, and that is true. That is 100% true. I can admit that when at times I was really hurt, I did hurt other people, consciously or unconsciously. And the more healed I am, I know that I can love people and just heal people like with the presence I have, and just have really a positive impact on them without having to do anything consciously. So I think knowing that our primary caregivers, whoever they were, loved us, wanted the best for us, and did the best they had, and did the best they could do in the abilities and capacity they had at the time, and just giving them the grace. And this is not the easiest thing, especially if we feel like, wow, like it was really hard, it was not super easy, and it felt difficult. And just realizing, yes, it was. And that's why it's so important to do the inner work, because otherwise I am giving this to my children who do not deserve that. And so often it's actually really through generations, things that are being passed through generations to generations to generations, because this is just how they did it in their family, how they have experienced it. So this is just what they pass on. And I think with doing this in work, we are not only changing ourselves, we're truly changing the dynamics we have in our existing family right now, and in our future kids, in our future grandchildren, in our just generations coming past us. And that is just so cool. It is, for me, it's so interesting to think about that there were so many generations just like past in the past, like my grandma, my like her mom, her mom, like so many generations backwards. And even like in 200 years, they're gonna be like my kids, and they might not know me, but they still will be impacted by the positively by the work that I'm doing. And I think that just motivates me even more to do it, because I don't just do it for myself. I genuinely do this for generations forward, and people around me right now, and also for myself, because it just feels better to feel good and to have good relationships and to be happy and to live the life I desire to live. So yeah, we can, yeah, just do it, because we love ourselves and we love the people around us and we love the people who come after us. Yes. So if you desire one-on-one private coaching with me, you can check the link in the bio, or not, actually you can write me an email. There's my email address written. And yes, write in the comments what your favorite learning and takeaway was from this video. I am so excited to see you in the next video. Check out my other videos to learn more about inner work. And yes, if you like this video, give this video a like up, a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel to see more of these interesting and inspiring and exciting videos, because inner work is just so cool and it's just so transforming, and I'm so thankful to learn so much every day. Literally every day I feel like my life is like a total learning experience. So I'm happy to just share what I learned. And yes, bye bye.